Hey there! I was sent a nice care package by Herlitz. They sent me their MyPen Style range. I have reviewed the fountain pen, and I thought that today we would take a look at the roller. This is the Rollerball, and I think it's a very cute and fascinating design. It looks modern, it definitely looks like a pregnancy test, but it's actually a rollerball, and it's a lot of fun. Now, my experience with rollerballs is basically the Parker Vector. I have used that B.R.E rollerball, I have used the Noodler's rollerballs, but when I use those, I mainly use those for testing inks, not really for writing extended periods, whereas in high school I used the Vector rollerballs quite a lot, and invariably those started out quite smoothly, and then at some point they became very scratchy, and the little ball started to squeak, and that kind of formed my opinion of rollerballs in a relatively negative manner. However, this pen, I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. From the moment I started to write with it, I thought, wow, this is super smooth. So today we'll have a look at this. It's a new range from Herlitz. They had the MyPen, and now they have the MyPen Style. And all kinds of funky colors. Now, let's look at the pen. I'll cover the parts of the pen, I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. The very top of the cap, the finial, there is nothing except for this nice rubbery material, and for some reason I cannot look at this and not think of a tongue, and I'm afraid I've now ruined it for you forever. But in any case, that goes all the way down to the end of the pen, and it is a type of rubbery material. It doesn't feel plasticky, it feels more rubbery. Here you have the white stuff. You see how this nice red line continues from the cap onto the section. Here is another line, because that's where you open it up to put refills in, and then you have the actual barrel. And you see that this very smoothly red line continues, which I think is very cool. Here you have a large grip section, again, that rubbery material, and a smaller one, which makes for a very pleasant spot to put your index finger and thumb. But should you be left-handed, I think you can use it as well. I don't know if there is a left-handed version of this pen. Sometimes they exist, and this looks like there might be because it's so pronounced. But if there is not, I think even as a lefty, you should be able to use this pretty well. Okay, it's a fairly light pen, a lot of plastic, of course. And the cap, you have this very small cap, which you unscrew, and which doesn't really post. Come back to that in a sec. Here you have that rollerball tip, and the refills are quite fascinating because, as I said, Parker, I was used to those Parker refills, but in the barrel, which you can unscrew, is one of those refills, and they look pretty interesting. This blue thing is just a cap, which you take off to reveal the actual rollerball tip. I'll replace that there, put it back in. And as you can see, you just roll that back in place, or what should I say, screw that back in place, and everything is nice and aligned again. Same thing goes for the cap. You just align it, red thing aligns, and that is not always the case. So you need to experiment a little bit with how to do this the first time, but after that I think it's a great pen. So what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, as I said, as far as rollerballs go, I think this is an exceptionally smooth writer. It really is super pleasant, and that means that I have now put this in my coat pocket, and that is a big compliment, because in my coat pocket there is always a pen that I know will write. So when I'm in the rain, or if I'm in bright sunlight, or wherever I need to be, I need to have a pen on me that writes. And clearly a fountain pen's not always a good option because the ink may dry out, etc. But this has made it to my coat pocket, so that's a place of honor. I like that. I like the grip. The grip is definitely something you need to get used to a little bit because of those facets, but once you hold it, you have that rubbery material here to support your middle finger. It's definitely thick. So for those of you who like really thin sections, may not be for you, but I love it. And again, the writing, you'll see that in the writing sample, is super smooth. I love that. Things I don't like about it, The cap is small, and this is something that would easily fall from your desk or something because it's small and light. It would be nice if you would be able to post it more securely, because this will just fall off. That way, I mean, it could even look cool because clearly it matches the red and white stuff. So if you could post that a little more deeply, I think it would be a great, it wouldn't look aesthetically unpleasing. So there you have it. That's what I like about it. What I don't like about it, let's take a few measurements before we do the writing sample. As to the length of the pen, capped it's about 140 millimeters, and uncapped, that's going to knock quite a bit off, 127. Section diameter, now it's a little hard because it's also a very triangular pen model. So I'll take it from the, well, if you go from one of those grip facets to the other one, you have about 10 millimeters, but from top to bottom, like that, it is a whopping 17 millimeters. That is a serious section diameter. So as I said, it's thick. Okay, let's weigh it. It is inked up and it has a spare refill in the barrel. I get 18 grams, so just a little under 20 grams, making for a light, easy to use pen. I would very much like to thank Herlitz, especially Stefan over at Herlitz, for sending me this stuff. I love trying it out. Guys, I hope this review was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, here we go with the Rollerball version of the MyPen Style. I have to tell you, I am very impressed by this pen. I think the fountain pen has the same ink, and this seems to be, I guess, a fine or a medium rollerball tip. I don't know if it says so on here. No, not really. Okay. What I find particularly pleasant about this pen is that when I think of rollerballs, I think of the Parker Vector, which was the first rollerball I ever used, and that is very scratchy. This tip, to be honest, is super smooth. I may even find it smoother than the MyPen Style fountain pen. You really don't feel any resistance on the paper. Very pleasant. I've never been a fan of rollerballs because I always thought of that old Vector I had, which really was fairly scratchy. So very, very nice. We do fast writing. You see that the pen keeps up very nicely, no issues, no skipping, very, very nice. Wetness, it's not really a fountain pen, but as you can see it lays down pretty nice, even amount of ink, so that's quite cool. Line variation, you can squeeze down a little bit on it to get some variation, but clearly it's not a fountain pen nib, so don't expect too much of that. Also, of course, when you reverse this, it doesn't matter, you won't get a thinner line because it's a round rollerball tip. This is my writing sample for the review of the fountain pen version of this pen model, and as you can see, I think it's exactly the same ink they used. So there you have it. I thank Herlitz for sending me this nice pen to review. I hope this was useful, guys, even though it was not a fountain pen review, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.